Hello. Today I'll be showing the two-way integration of Vector Software's unit test tool with the Rational Doors Requirements Traceability tool from IBM through the use of VectorCAST Requirements Gateway. I'll start out by examining our existing Doors requirements database. You can see that we already have requirements in place that are ready to test. The two requirements I'll be testing today will be number 7, placing in order updates check total, and number 16, adding a free dessert. Notice that number 16 is a parent requirement that has 3 child requirements. Now I'll switch into VectorCAST Unit Test Tool. You can see we already have unit testing underway, with test cases providing robustness testing and code coverage. Now we want to link the testing that's being done with the requirements we just saw in Doors. We can bring up the Requirements Gateway to do this. I've already configured the options to access my remote Doors database and chosen my module path. So now I can import my requirements into VectorCAST Unit Test. After the import is complete, I can examine the requirements pulled in from Doors. If you remember, requirement 17 was for testing all entrees, and we've built a specific test case using a list of entrees and expected values. Now we can link requirement 17 to this specific test case and execute the test case. We have passing results that we can later push back into Doors. But first, let's look at the other requirement we had. It was the add free dessert multi-part requirement that had a parent requirement and 3 child requirements. The first thing I need to do is complete building the test cases to cover all 3 child requirements. I can easily do this by duplicating the pie test case and giving it a meaningful name, and then changing the input values to green salad and lobster and wine, and the expected value should be cake. I can run this test case and find that I have a passing result. I can run these other two and get passing results from the cases already built up. Now I can go in and tie all 3 of these child requirements to their respective test cases. Since the parent requirement also needs testing, I can create a compound test case for all 3 of the dessert tests and tie the compound test case to the parent requirement. At this point, I can execute the entire environment and examine the data and view the results in the test case management report. This report shows the test cases, the pass-fail status, and the assigned requirements. Now that I have our test cases executing in VectorCAST Unit Test, we can export the results through the Requirements Gateway back to Doors. Once this export is complete, Doors will have the results from our unit test. Which we can view here. We can see the test environment, the case name, and the test case status. Thanks for watching.